What is going on, YouTube? Jaden Plays here, and welcome to another reaction video with VBoy95.
No, I'm the V-Boy comedian.
With VBoy the comedian.
With the V-Boy comedian. And we are going to be watching 20 disturbing things children have ever said to parents/adults.
And, this is... I heard stories about this, but I didn't watch the video, so it's creepy. Let's get
go.
into it.
Let's get
So a friend of mine was 6 years old when she told her mother that the lady who used to live here told me that she hates the wallpaper. And that you are covering her note. My friend's mom just thought it was make-believe rambling and forgot about it. Well, 12 years later, when the mom is redecorating and takes down the wallpaper in the attic, she finds a suicide note scratched into the wall. The mom freaks out and calls my friend and starts crying, asking if she remembered anything more about the woman who spoke to her. My friend starts to recall the woman and starts to freak out, saying she only remembered talking to her in the attic. I work in a preschool. Creepy stuff gets said and done all the time. The one that sticks out to me happened last year. There was a small kitchenette area in our classroom that the kids use during free time for playing house or whatever pretend games they think up. There was one little girl that I was keeping a close eye on, mostly because of how withdrawn from the other kids she was. I noticed she was playing with a baby doll in the kitchenette, rocking it back and forth and
Oh,
no, cut it.
Wait. First thing, you already know if there's a doll in the story, I'd be out of there. I'd be down the street like 5 miles away. I'd be like, yo, you come in? No, I want to play with this doll. Alright, see you later, and you'll die in the closet when it shoves you in there. It's like...
you're just giving them the signal. Hey, I'm about to run. So I'm giving them the signal. You want to come with me and leave that doll behind. Nah, no thanks. Okay, see ya.
It's like, I'm out of here, and then you go Sonic style. You like go in a plane. I can never, and then you move to like a freaking another planet. It's like, oh man.
To it. She then took the baby, shoved it into the play oven, and slammed the door shut. She turned around, looked straight at me and said, "Sometimes bad babies go in timeout," in the creepiest little girl voice I've ever heard, before smiling and running off. That one really shook me. I was tucking in my 2-year-old. He said,
Dang, so that doll isn't the crazy one, it's the little girl? Yo, then I wouldn't even give the signal to run. I would just be like, boom, out of here. It's like, oh, really, little girl, lock her in. Bye. Boom.
Nah, it would just be, oh, I'm gonna run, you wanna come with me?
Why would the crazy girl come with her?
Sometimes little babies go for timeout. And then I would say, okay, you stay here. I'm gonna
go to the bathroom.
Run to the bathroom.
It's like, okay, hurry back.
It's like, yeah, sure.
If you don't, you're going in timeout. Okay, bye. Slam the door, lock her in. See ya. Boom! Sonic style out of there. It's like,
"Goodbye, Dad." I said, "No, we say goodnight."
But this time it's goodbye.
He said, "I know, but this time it's goodbye."
I had to check if he was still in there.
I had to check on him a few times that night to make sure he was still there.
Whoa, what are you doing? How are you predicting that?
When I was about 3, we had a cat that had stillborn kittens.
I never even
I asked my father if we could make crosses for them, which he did. As he was making them, I asked, "Aren't those too small?" My dad replied, "What do you mean?" "Aren't we going to nail them to them?" I iterated. After several moments of silence, my dad said, "We're not going to do that."
We're going to what?
We're not gonna do
One
that.
night, I see my
We're
kid
not gonna
crying.
do what?
I asked,
Hold on, let's replay that.
nail them to them? I iterated. When I was about 3,
Alright, here we go.
we had a cat that had stillborn kittens. I asked my father if we could make crosses for them, which he did. As he was making them, I asked, "Aren't those too small?" My dad replied, "What do you mean?
Oh my god.
Aren't we going to nail them to them?" I iterated. After several moments of silence, my dad said, "We're not going to do that."
Dang.
One
that
night,
is
I see my kid crying. I ask him, "Why are you crying?"
First thing, I wouldn't even do that to my pet. That's so, like, my cat's, like, playing around, like, now, like a little cute person thing. Person? What? Animal. She's just adorable. She's, like, prancing around. What's up, kitty? Say hi to the camera. Okay, good. Okay, anyway. Well, first thing, why would you just take your cat and just, like, let's make a bone cross for them. And let's nail it to them. Bang! It's like, oh, I can imagine that. Oh, okay, that's images stuck in my mind.
He replies, "Bad man." "What bad man?"
He's behind you now.
"There," she said, as she points behind me at the dark corner of the room. The lamp on the bookshelf next to said darkened corner falls off as I turn to look.
She slept in our bed that night.
She slept in our bed that
Whoa,
night.
whoa, whoa! How do you do that?
I don't know.
My 3-year-old daughter stood next to her
predicted.
newborn brother,
I just think
and
so.
looked at
I
him for
know
a
that
while,
would happen. It's like,
then
she's
turned
sleeping
and
in
looked
our
at
bed.
me and said, "Daddy, it's a monster. We should bury it."
Oh. The baby is...
My kid's Catholic school is over 100 years old. There is a basement under the gym that's used for storage. I was subbing once, and during recess, one of the kickballs goes down the stairs.
Oh no.
A little girl was standing at the top of the stairs, yelling, "Just throw it up to me." I went over and asked who she was talking to, and she replied, "That big man down the stairs." I went down, and there was nobody down there, and it was the only way in. I asked some of the other kids if they'd seen the man before, and they said, "Yes, but Sister told us not to talk to him." I asked them to describe Sister, and they described her as a nun. There haven't been nuns at the school in 40 years.
Oh my god. Yo. Bro, no, whoa. First thing, you close that thing down. You need to close that school down. If you hear that there's a big man down there or whatever.
It's like, but Sister told us not to talk to him. It's like, it's like they described her as a nun. But there have not been any nuns in over 40 years. Let's go. It's like, hey, how about we take a field trip to everyone's houses? I'm going to drop you off, and you're not going to go here anymore. I'm going to go grab a nail bat. Just go downstairs. I'm kidding. Okay, but how about we take a field trip to each other's houses? I'll drop you off. Then I'll go to my house so that we can shut this place down. Don't care if it's a Catholic school or not. This has no... Like, what? Like, what? It's like, what?
Oh, no.
Wait. It's like...
Yo, I'm having bad vibes right now.
After my kid told me he was scared one night, I told him, "Go back to sleep. There isn't anything under your bed."
It's behind you.
He said, "He's behind you now." I still haven't gotten over that one and still shiver at the memory.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, first you need to stop predicting it. No.
It's creepy, ain't it?
No, I have a feeling you watched this video before.
I haven't watched this video because because I would be repeating every single one of them, wouldn't I? I'm just guessing. It's behind me.
Guess.
I'm just guessing. I think it's true. And then, like, a few seconds later, it's behind you now.
Yo, it's behind.
I would be like...
And then nothing's there. Yo, I just think my kid's crazy and be like, you're going to a psycho asylum now because you're seeing things. And then I'll get killed by the monster because it was real. And then move away.
Oh, I shouldn't throw him in the fire,
into the sun.
said my 3-year-old daughter, holding her baby brother for the first time.
What?
I was sound asleep.
Wait, what? What?
Marie. So, I shouldn't throw him in the fire? Said my 3-year-old daughter, holding her baby brother for the first time.
Oh,
What?
No.
No!
Yo, that's so
evil.
Yo, these kids, man.
I was sound asleep, and at around 6 a.m., I was woken up by my 4-year-old daughter's face inches from mine. She looked right into my eyes and whispered, "I want to peel all your skin off."
Oh, I know why. She was sunburned probably, and her skin was flaking off. Oh, that's actually a bit weird when you think about it. That's possible. Maybe she was sunburned because being sunburned, you have your skin flaked off, right?
The backstory here is that off.
Oh, whoa. Yo, alright, yeah, she probably had a sunburn, right?
Yeah, she had a sunburn.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, she was flaking. I bet $1. I bet $1. If I get it right.
Alright, fine.
Backstory here is that I'd been sunburned the previous week and was starting to peel.
See,
In my
you
sleep
start to
addled
peel.
state, however, it was pretty terrifying for a few seconds. I didn't know if I was dreaming or what was going on.
No.
So a little backstory. When I was a kid, Mr. Rand used to come into my room 4 or 5 times a week. He'd talk to me and tell me about stuff and how he was killed in World War II. See, Old Mate Rand was a figment of my 4-year-old imagination. Anyway, one day when I was 9 or so, Mr. Rand stopped showing up. Fast forward to about 3 years ago, and my son, who was about 5 at the time, walks out of his room one night at about 11:30 and says there's a man in his room. I flip out and run in his room to find nobody, to which he then says, "Mr. Rand said you can't see him anymore, but he's okay." The kid's got his own imaginary mate called Mr. Rand, but they only chat once or twice a year.
It's a World War II soldier.
My toddler went through a phase where...
That's not disturbing. That's actually a bit sad. A person who died in World War II, and when you were a kid...
And then he has a gift that he sees ghosts.
Yeah. He can talk to ghosts. And then it was passed on to his son. Wow. What if it goes on from generation to generation? It's pretty cool.
She would constantly say hi to things. Hi. One day, it came out as sounding more like die. So I say to her, "What's that you're saying?" She turns to face me and just whispers, "Die." My niece was sitting on the couch with a weird look on her face. Her mum asked her what she was thinking about, and she said, "I'm imagining the waves of blood rushing over me." Turned out they'd been at a local science museum with an exhibit on the circulatory system. One of the features was a walk among some giant fake blood vessels, and she was just remembering that. When I was about 4, I would remember talking to Mr. Peterson whenever I was at my grandmother's house.
Mr. Peterson.
He looked like a hope.
Mr. Peterson. Mr. Peterson. Let's see. It's probably like Peter Griffin. Mr. Peterson. Can I? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
Both from the Great Depression, had a guitar and sang me old-timey blues. He told me that he died when he fell off a train when he was riding whilst drunk on moonshine. I stopped seeing him when I was about 6. Anyway, 6 months ago, I found my dad's old acoustic guitar and started playing. And my little cousin told me, "Mr. Peterson is proud of you," and left. I don't know what to think.
Weird children.
Dude, it's almost at 15 minutes.
My mum's dad died 10 years before I was born. I was about 6 or 7 when my parents divorced. The day before my mum told me they were divorcing, apparently I was at the kitchen table drawing or something while my mother cooked dinner. She says I stopped instantly and looked toward the front door as if I'd heard it open. I stared for a long time, then giggled, turned toward my mum and said, "Grandad says don't worry, everything will be okay and he won't let anything bad happen." I then began humming and went back to my drawing. My mum says it's the single creepiest thing that's ever happened to her.
What?
And I have no memory of it happening.
Angels? There are angels, oh my god.
Yeah.
Getting my 2.5-year-old out of the bath one night, my wife and I were briefing on how important it was to keep her privates clean. She casually replied, "Oh, nobody's
ever sloshed me before, right?
What?
It's a word. And I tried, I died, and now I'm here.
What?
They tried, I fought back, I died, and now I'm here.
Whoa, wait.
Play it.
I don't know what you're saying.
Play it, just play the video.
Scroofs me there. They tried once. They kicked the door in and tried, but I fought back. I died, and now I'm here." She said this like it was nothing.
What?
When I was young, like maybe 2 years old, my grandma was in the hospital, dying of cancer. Obviously, I had no idea what was going on, but apparently, one day, when my mother and aunt were watching me, I suddenly looked at them and said, "Only one grandma." They kept trying to convince me otherwise, that no, I had 2 grandmas. But I kept repeating that line over as that no, I had 2 grandmas.
What?
But I kept repeating that line over and over. Then the phone rang. It was my uncle, calling to tell my mother that my grandma had passed away a few minutes ago.
Wait.
Whoa, it ridiculous.
My mom has told me a story about my brother when he was younger. I guess he was sleepwalking and she was trying to coax him back to bed.
Okay.
And he said something along the lines of, "I would, but the devil is behind you." When my son was little, maybe 3, he used to do this weird crawl where he would slide his forehead along the floor.
What?
That was pretty creepy in itself. Then one day, he crawled across the hallway into my room like that and stood up a few inches from my face and made a weird meow sound. He got into bed with me and went to sleep. Another time, he was freaking out about a monster in the basement, so we went down and saw nothing. Of course, as I turned out the lights and headed upstairs, he said, "He's right behind us now." I might have peed a little. Possibly the creepiest thing he did was, one day I scolded him for misbehaving, so he hid his head under his blanket. I pretended I couldn't find it by saying, "Where's my little Carson?" He slowly lowered the blanket with a devil evil stare and said, "Carson is gone. I am Rick." I'm certain he's possessed. We never knew any Ricks as far as I can remember. Still don't. Never figured out where he picked up the name.
Nah.
Nope.
I'm Rick.
When my little sister first started talking, she used to say some really disturbing things. She used to tell us about how her old family would put things inside of her and would make her cry, but her daddy eventually burned her so much that she was able to find us, her new family. She spoke about things like that from the ages of almost 2 to 4. She was much too young to have ever been exposed to any content where children or anyone could be sodomized. So my family has always thought she held memories of a prior life.
Whoa! There's someone in the... Wait. I need to reply that.
so much that she was able to find us, her new family. She spoke about things like that from the ages of almost 2 to 4. She was much too young to have ever been exposed to any content where children or anyone could be sodomized. So my family has always thought she held memories of a prior life.
Oh. Well, that was longer than I thought. So, if you enjoyed this video, do smash that like button and subscribe to join the Jaden Squad. And click that little bell to join the notification squad as well.
Also hit the subscribe button on my channel to be one of the comedians. It suits you guys perfectly. And hit the notification bell too, so that you can see all my new videos.
Yep, and that'll be all, guys. See you in the next vid. Peace.